good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this video. Big Sister here, and I'm gonna do a plant tour today. This is a house plant tour, yes, at the house because bring you along. I have 76 different types of plants, and I have multiples of many of those. So this video may take a minute. So you can watch it all at once, or you can split it up and watch it in increments. But I do hope you watch the whole thing because I'm giving a little tidbits and some information about some of the plants that you may want to hear. And always, I'm going to be giving away some plants, um, which is one of my favorite things to do, to give away some plants. So let's go. It started over here by the door and by this south facing window over here. We're going to start right here with this Monstera delicioso. Monstera delicioso is a plant that a lot of people like because it's got these big leaves with these splits in them. You can see where this one is splitting with these splits, and this is a part of the mother plant that I have in my bedroom. But this is a very popular plant. They try to charge a lot for them because they don't want people to propagate them and to split them up. But they're not. People don't started buying them now, so they're not as expensive as they used to be. Monstera delicioso. Beside that is a bird of paradise. Bird of paradise. This one in particular is going to have a white um, flower coming out of it very soon, but they get really, really big also. That's a bird of paradise. This next one is an alocasia elephant ear. And this elephant ear is different from the elephant ears outside. As you can see how big that leaf is and how thin it is. And so this is a house version of the alocasia elephant ear. Now behind here we have spell it and I can't say it, but I just call her different. And the street name for this one is a dumb cane. And I've cut this many times and given people pieces of it, and she's just been chopped up. I think I may, if it doesn't do any better in the next couple of months, I may just put this in the compost and see if I can't get it to get another one to grow back a little bit better. But the history behind this plant is that when um, when the slave owners owned slaves and maids and things like that, they would keep this plant in the house. And so if they had a mouthy maid or slave that talked too much, or a housekeeper that talked too much, they would cut a piece of this off and put it on their tongue, on the person's tongue that's been disobedient, and it would cause them not to be able to talk. And that's where the dumb cane part comes from. And so I don't call it a dumb cane because I don't like the history behind it. But you know, like Oprah, like Whoopi said in The Color Purple, what you done to me is already gonna be done to you. So you know, y'all better watch out when these plants are floating around in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So I have another Monstera delicioso right here in this corner, and she's look at Lee. She's growing very, 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 very good. And so that's another plant that I took from the mother plant. Down here is a tornado corn plant, and they call this a tornado corn plant because it's got these swirly, curly leaves going up, straight up, just like a tornado would do. This plant right here is a jade plant. I got this back in oh gosh, probably September last year. It was a little thing. It has grown. I have gotten take some clippings off of that, and I got several baby ones growing in the plant room, and so I'm propagating that one also, and I have another large one over across the room. That's a jade plant, and a jade plant is these little leaves are really, really thick. It's a succulent, and so these are really thick with water. and they're really hardy. And so this next plant is a baby rubber plant, and this is actually the baby face version of it, and they call it a baby face baby rubber plant because it's been said if you look at it long enough, you'll see a baby's face. But I haven't done that because I'm not about that life. So this is a baby rubber plant, a baby face version. This plant here is a mini monstera. It has the same splittings that the big monstera has. It just grows smaller and it grows up. It grows up on a vine, and so it will become really tall. I got this one when me and my sister went to the Arboretum in Asheville in October, I think it was, and it has really grown so much so that the lady on the bus, we got on the bus, and the lady said, "You're not gonna keep that alive." Well, you know what, Miss Lady, honey, look, I'm keeping it alive, so you need to be quiet. Anyway, so this next plant is a satin pothos. A satin pothos. This satin pothos is different from the other pothos because it's got a velvety um, shine to it. If you can see it in the light, it's got like a velvety shine to it and a velvety touch to it. And then around the edges and in the middle where it's white, where it's cream color, it's got shimmery. So it's called a Shimmering Falls version of the satin pothos. And next we have another rubber tree, and this rubber tree is one that I got from Asheville at the Arboretum also, and it was tiny. It was tiny. It was probably about this big right here, where this little part here is, and it has really grown. And I'm gonna have to cut it down some. I'm gonna probably cut it right back here and propagate that part so it can grow. Back here is it's called the Swiss cheese plant, and it's similar to a monstera, but these leaves are not attached. And on this plant, these leaves stay attached. And so it's a monstera, um, Adonisona, I think, but the street name for this one is a Swiss cheese plant. Swiss cheese plant. I got a leaf that fell off. Yeah. So that's a Swiss cheese plant there. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Now this plant here is one you would see all over Caramont Hospital. They got these everywhere in every pot and everything. And this is an aglonema, um, aglonema silver bay, and they grow all over the hospital. And I got this piece from Harrison Street. My children's father allowed me to get a piece off of his huge plant, and it's huge that he has over there. But I brought this home and I put in this beautiful vase that my friend Gracie gave me, and I believe it belonged to her mother. That is such a beautiful vase. So all those water roots, I think I'm gonna leave it in there. I just hate to put it in some soil and it don't do well because it's been there ever since I brought it home. So yeah, that is that one. So we're gonna go up here to this pothos. Now let me tell you something about this pothos. This pothos is probably 45 years old. I've had her since I started plants. And so it might be even older than that plant. And this plant has been cut, repotted, cut. And I've given so many of these away. And so every one you see here, and this is a piece of it too. This is a piece of that plant, a piece of that mother plant. That's a piece of it. I've given so many pieces of this thing away. It just won't stop growing. And repotting it is a monster. Repotting it is a monster, but I love it. And I've had it such a long time now. I'm going to enter here somewhere some pictures of uh, along the years how this plant has been with me. It's very, very old, and it's trustworthy. It is trustworthy. So that is called my golden pothos. And I've noticed in the years, because it used just to be green, and I've noticed in through the years that it's turning, that it's being variegated. So it done got a hold to something, something done got a hold to it, and they done mixed vibes, and they look at them. Now they turning different. So just look up the word variegated. You'll see what I mean. So there you go. That's my golden pothos that I've had forever. So down here we have this lemon lime Dracaena, Dracaena, and it is a prayer plant, the lemon lime prayer plant. And I'm not sure where I got this. I think Grace's mom gave me this a long time ago because it's pretty old. And so I've split it up several times. I've split this plant up several times, and it's a lemon lime prayer plant, and it's a very hardy plant. You know about the prayer plant, at night or in the evening it closes up like it's closing its hands to pray, and then in the morning they will open back up. They will open back up. That is the lemon lime prayer plant. Right here we have a peace lily. This peace lily is 10 years old. Someone gave it to us when my mama passed away. And so I have separated this peace lily several times. But yeah, this is a peace lily. And it blooms maybe once a year. And this is the time that it's blooming. I actually had two blooms on there. And so you don't see them bloom very often. But I'm glad to see that y'all were able to see that it does bloom. Now over here we have another prayer, and it's called the Golden Mosaic, and then also Never Never plant. So um, both of those names are good for this plant. But this is another type of prayer plant that folds up at night and then comes down in the morning. And as you can see, it's got that variegation going on. And if you don't know what variegation means, it's just that the plant has two or more colors in its leaves. And if you take it out of the sun or keep it in the dark, it will sometimes they will lose their variegation and they will just start to come in one color. But this one, Golden Mosaic, um, this is another type of prayer plant. And there's my other pothos over here that came from the mother, and that other pothos came from the mother also. Just simply gorgeous, just simply gorgeous. Down here, I have my holiday cactus. I have the Thanksgiving and the Christmas mixed in together, and I got some of these that I added in the middle. I got those from Jessica, my niece's, her mom, bless her soul, Miss Betty. May you rest in peace. But I got some of those from her, and I added in the middle of some of the Christmas cactus that I already had. And down here we have a corn plant, and on this side we have a dwarf corn plant. So two more corn plants down there. Now we're gonna move on over here to our snake plants. Now this particular this snake plant is called a laurineti, and it's one of the most popular ones that you will see, a laurineti. And I do have two of those. There's one down here that I started from this one here. So that's a snake plant. The government name for this is a oh goodness, I can't pronounce it. Sansevieria, Sansevieria trifoca sala la 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 something. I don't know, but yeah, that's a snake plant. And we have another type of snake plant over here, which is called the mother-in-law's tongue. Mother-in-law's tongue. And so I have three of those. There's one there, there's one back there, and there's one here. And these two here came from this one. And this particular um, snake plant. This particular snake plant is called the mother-in-law's tongue. And I don't have a mother-in-law, but I can imagine some mother-in-laws can have a really, really sharp tongue, hence the name. But my Miss Geneva was a very, very nice lady, so I have nothing bad to say about her whatsoever. So that's what some people call these mother-in-law's tongues. I just call them my babies. How about that? And so we're gonna go down here to this one, and I thought it was a starfish snake plant, but actually it's not. You know what? It's not. It's called a fernwood snake plant. I thought it was a starfish because these things they shoot out like a star, but it's a fernwood snake plant, and I do have two of those, and I have another piece of one of these growing in the plant room. Yep. So that's a fernwood snake plant, and back here we have, and let's see, back here we have the silver snake plant, and I thought it was a whale tail, but it's not. Sometimes I just be naming them whatever because of what they look like. But it's a silver snake plant, and it's got big, big, thick leaves on there, and that's the plant. And so it's growing some new ones back there. So if you want a piece of that, let me know. I can pull you a piece off the back. Now over here we have a ZZ plant. I'm not gonna fool myself and trying to pronounce the name of this plant, but it's got a long name. The first Z word is very long. The second Z word is very long, but to me, it's a ZZ plant. Now, these plants, they prohibit you from picking off or propagating them. They want you to buy them right out. But you know what? When I bring one in my house, I can do what I want to with it. So I have one of these propagating in the bathroom, and it's doing very, very well. Doing very well. And so right here, this plant, my friend Gracie gave me this plant. And I didn't know what it was at first, and then I had to start looking. These are the peperomia guinea, and I have two of those, and they grow low, but they grow dense. And so this one, oh wow, got stuff falling out of it. This one, it's got that cream and green color with the pink around the edges. That's just absolutely beautiful. But that's that pepperoni at guinea. You see my variegated grandchildren back there? Y'all, I need some updated pictures. Christy, Michelle Bird, and Crystal Denise Bird. I need some updated pictures. Okay, so now that's this side of the room. Oh, I almost forgot my begonias. So I thought I was finished with this side of the room, but obviously I'm not. Start with our Spitfire. Our Spitfire is um, a cane begonia, and you can tell whether it's a cane begonia or not. The cane begonia has these long stems here, and this one needs some water. But this is the spit. Well, man, I think this is a Spitfire. Yeah, this is a Spitfire right here. The Spitfire cane begonia, and look at those leaves, just absolutely beautiful. I tell you, I purchase or get or grow my plants by the texture because I just love textures, and I just love how that. Look at that Spitfire, how that's coming. I thought I called it a firecracker at first, but it is a Spitfire. And this one is a Rex begonia. A Rex begonia does not have um, long necks on their. They just have very short ones, so they grow close to the base. Close to the base. Begonia in the middle. Let's move on. Is a begonia Sophie. Wait a minute. What? No, I think this is. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's a bit fire. I think this is the Sophie. Sophia. And it's got those big textured leaves that begonias are popular for. That's Sophia. Now over here we have a Rex begonia, and it's just called a Rex begonia. Yeah, that's an aloe harthonia. An aloe harthonia beside the aloes freckles. And all the rest of these here, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one are all aloe veras. They're all aloe veras. So all aloes are not aloe veras. So they have, some of them have different names, um, because they're different species. But they may start with aloe, but this is an aloe vera here. This is the one that I pick or I cut off all the time. As you can see, I've been cutting off on it, and so I cut the one of the arms off, and I scrape all the aloe. I mean, and I mix it in with some Vaseline, and mix it in real good with some Vaseline. And I use that to put on my face. I use it to cool my skin when I've been out in the sun a long time. It's great by itself without the Vaseline. It's great by itself to put on burns, to put on scars, to put on any markings that you may have. It just kind of softens that up. And under that bra strap, that skin under that bra strap, it works wonders for that. It won't, if you put it on regularly, it'll keep those dark spots, dark lines out of this. So these are my aloes here on this table here with some of my specialty plants over here. So this plant here is a aloe, is a Viscus elastica tinky, tinky. And last year it bloomed a white flower, and it looked like it might be getting ready to bloom something else. I don't know if that's a leaf or a flower coming up, but that's a hardy grower right there, and it's just beautiful because this leaf is split in half and it's variegated. Isn't that something? Can't nobody do that but God. Can't nobody do that but God. These scientists think they putting these plants together and making stuff. Y'all better get out my face with that stuff. Can't nobody but God do that. Now down here we have a dragon, a silver dragon scale. And like I said, I love plants that have textures to them. This one has a texture. If I ever felt the dragon, I could say I knew what it was gonna feel like. Cause this is just, it almost feel like it's 3D. Look at that. Look at that. That's got a little burnt spot on it. But you can look at that. Look at that. Look how thick it is. Needs to be cleaned out too, little lady. Okay, so back here we have another type of prayer plant, and I'm looking to see what name it is. It's the Calithia or folia, folio something. But this is another type of prayer plant, and it will fold up a little bit at night. Look at those leaves. Look how big they are. It'll fold up a little bit at night, and it comes back down in the morning time. But that is a type of it's a calathea prayer plant. And beside it, we have this arrowhead synthogonia, arrowhead synogonium. Yeah. And this plant, listen, let me tell you something. I done threw this plant away. I done forgot about it. I done took it outside. I done brought it back in when it only had two stems on it. But it has never failed me. It keeps coming back, coming back. And so I propagated a lot to give away because it's got these beautiful leaves on them, and they're thick, and they're just, well, they're not thick, they're thin, but they got this beautiful texture to them. Almost like that dragon scale, but this is a lot more softer, a lot more softer. Now back here, we have, is this the fuzzy one? A little coughing fit. So right here we have this philodendron blushing lady, and they call it blushing something, a blushing lady, I think. Let me check one more time. blushing philodendron. It's a blushing philodendron because it has these pink um, vines to them that's holding it together. And this is another plant that gets really, really big. It gets really big. I have a monstera back here that I took from that mother plant again. And that's why I said I think I got about 7 or 8 of those. This is another one that has a lot of more babies popping out down here at the bottom. These are Monstera delicioso down here. Down here, this one right here is a back here. This one back here is a philodendron, and it's a fuzzy Peter toad or something like that. And it's fuzzy because if you touch these vines right here, they're really fuzzy, even though they don't look like it. Well, you can see it right there. It's called a fuzzy Peter toad something. But let me take it out so you can see it. That's what that one is looking like. And they grow pretty big too. They grow pretty big. On this table, I listen, I can't tell you what the name of this thing is, but I Googled it and I can't pronounce it. And I didn't see where the street name was, so I don't know. But it says that it gets really, really big. And I think that I got this from a lady in Clover that was giving away samples of rare plants. And so I hope it don't turn into something like a little shop of horrors. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Now, let me send that. Let's move on over here to this plant. Now, this plant, I got some mixed feelings about it because I see them all up and down town, Gastonia, and everywhere, and they just bloom. I mean, just full. And so I snipped me one right over there by post office somewhere, but it grew to be this. Now I didn't take this. I didn't take this, but it grew to be this, and now I'm not too sure about it. I don't even know if I like it. And I don't think she liked me, but that's why she ain't growing because I'm feeling that way about her, and she's feeling my vibes. But she's pretty though. She really is. It's just not. She hadn't grown on me yet. That's what I get for picking up something I don't know nothing about. But she just hadn't grown on me yet. So we'll see. We'll see. If you like this kind of plant, come on and get it. Come on and get it. That way she won't be miserable, and I won't be miserable. And then I got space for another plant. How about that? Let's just say that. Okay. So now we're moving on to the corner. And on this north facing window, we're almost done, y'all. I promise you, we're almost done. And so this is a friendship plant here. And it's beautiful and it grows like nobody's business. I mean, it grows. I can snap pieces off of here. And I'm gonna tell you, I can snap this off anywhere and put a piece of it in water or dirt. Now, if I snap it off right here, you'll have already almost a full plant. So it's a friendship plant because you can just keep passing it on, passing it on, passing it on, and it is variegated. It's got some little limety stripes on some of the leaves, not fully variegated, but on most of the leaves, it's got that going down the middle or down the side, and I think it's just a beautiful plant. And so on this little table here are the plans I have for them are to go outside, but I'm not sure yet. But this is a Allegonia Thai, which is a Chinese evergreen right here. You see those popular outside, up and down the street at, a lot of businesses. They have those, as well as this one back here, which is called that crouton plant. And see, she's coming back. Last year I put it outside and she didn't grow right. So there was 2 leaves left on this thing. I brought her back in and she's growing better. She grew better over the winter and now she's coming back non-variegated. You see that? Like she got a grudge on me or something. But you see a lot of these at businesses, in front of businesses. They have a lot of those downtown Gastonia too. This is a baby umbrella tree here, and it gets pretty big also. But if you touch it, if you touch it, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. So I try to leave it alone. Some sides when they start to grow really in the summer, some of them come in non-variegated, but this one was born variegated, and now she's non-variegated. But hopefully, as she gets older, she's gonna get her true colors in. She's gonna get her true colors in. Now this one right here is an Allegonia Pink Beauty, and it's a hybrid Chinese evergreen. So that is a hybrid from that one and something else. And I'm thinking maybe this one right here, which is called a strawberry shake. And it is a Allegonia too. But I think this one called the strawberry shake. But this one is called the Pink Beauty. It's a hybrid from these two. And she's getting ready to bloom. I'm not sure what color bloom that's going to be. But last year it was pink. And so we'll see what color that bloom is gonna when it opens up. This is the cousin of this one back here. It's just a slimmer version. And these grow better for me. So Sarah over here is not too happy about what I put her the other day. So she's weeping over here. I'm gonna put her back to where she was and see if she'll feel better. Lipstick plant, and it's a Hoya. The government name is a Hoya, Hoya, and the species the species is a Hoya, and they call it the street name is a lipstick plant because when it starts to bloom, those little red things when they stick out, it looks like a piece of it looks like you're twirling up a tube of lipstick, and so this is a Hoya, and it's called the lipstick plant. Right here, I have a Chinese money tree, Chinese money plant, and and they call it that because it looks like coins. They're almost perfectly circle, and they look like coins. So that's a Chinese money plant. Okay, right here, this is another variegation of pothos, and I'm excited to grow these. These are gonna be the pearl and shade pothos. I have so many regular golden pothos. I decided to get something different, and I got this down in clover, and I'm excited to see how long and how big she's gonna get. This is a heart-shaped philodendron here, a heart-shaped philodendron, and that's because the leaves are shaped like hearts, heart-shaped philodendron. It's another easy one to propagate. Another easy one to propagate. I have another prayer plant over here, and I believe this prayer plant came from Miss Betty when she was getting ready to move from Charlotte to Charlotte. Yeah, she was moving down to the beach. And so, as a matter of fact, I got this plant stand from her and this plant. So we have a Fittonia down here. And I bought these two plants to put in a terrarium. But then I liked them so much, I didn't want to put them in a terrarium. And so the street name for this one is a nerve plant. And maybe that's why they call it Fittonia. That's why they get nerve from Fittonia. Nervous, fit, having a fit, There you go. I don't know. But maybe that's where that came from. This one here, I'm not sure what it's called, but I picked it up because I could not resist this texture on this plant. I want you to look at that. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I brought it to put in a terrarium, and I just I couldn't put it in a terrarium because it's just beautiful. And the leaves got some of them gonna turn colors. Look at that. That is just absolutely gorgeous. And you got to feel it. You have to. And so here is a dog tail cactus. A dog tail cactus right here. Now this is another Hoya, and I'm not sure the street name for this Hoya, but it's another Hoya, and it does vine, so it's gonna start to hang down just a little bit. Let's go back up here and look at my curly um, spider plant. Now I can grow this spider plant inside all day long, but as soon as I try to put them outside, they don't like it. She don't like it. So she'll start falling off and weeping and going on. And so I have to bring her inside. Now I have some out in the front yard that are Cricket put some out in the front yard um that are made for outside, be in full sun. But this little baby, she is not. And so when you see them growing these things here, you can just pull this off and stick this part here in water, and you'll have another whole plant in no time. I mean, in no time. And they thick and hardy leaves, and there's some more babies over here. And actually, I grew this one from a baby. I grew this one from a baby. Over here is another Shimmering Falls pothos. And so you see how that is going to start growing and falling and trailing just like the other pothos do. And we're going to go down here. I have another Fittonia right here, air plant. Both of these, they're two variations of the same plant. And I got these, like I said, to put in a terrarium when Courtney came for Christmas. But she, we just didn't have, well, we had time, but we didn't make time to do the terrarium. So I'm just going to grow these all outright. Now down here, I have some pothos, I have a cactus, and I have a African violet. Now my African violet, she won't bloom until the winter time. And so these three down here, I have another golden pothos there, golden pothos there, golden pothos there. You'll see golden pothos down here, both of those. Golden pothos, golden pothos. Now over here, I have no idea what this plant is, but that little lady in South Carolina and Clover gave me this, and we'll see. And like I said, hopefully we don't have a little shop of horrors incident going on when it gets bigger. This is the pink and pale syngonium arrowhead, just like the one I got over here. Now this plant right here is a Philadelphia. No, this is a oh my gosh, y'all tell me. You know what it is because you can look at it and tell. It's a begonia. It's a begonia. This is a begonia. Um, I don't know. But it's a begonia, and it's not a cane begonia because these are not really long. Well, here's the thing, right in here. Let me see what it says. It says Christmas tree something. Christmas tree artheria. So that's a begonia. I think that's the wrong tag. But look at that. That's a begonia all day long. Now, if I don't know nothing, I know that. Well, look at the back of that. Look at that. Now, if you want to propagate a begonia, all you do is chop off the a leaf right here, and you're going to split these, and you're going to just lay this on top of some dirt. And then a few months after that, some begonias will start coming out of the middle right there. So yeah, that's a begonia. I don't know where that tag come from, but somebody been messing. Somebody been messing. So let's go down here. This is another cutting of the Philodendron Brazil. I think that's the friendship plant, but it looks bigger, so that may be something different. And here is a cutting that I took from a lipstick plant. Now we're going up here, and the last shelf that I'm going to show you is right here. Okay, so this is a philodendron Burrow Marks, I think, and I got this from the the uh the plant store downtown Gastonia. A lot of air and I'm roots, and so you don't want to. So I put that um moss pole behind it so the air roots can have something to grab a hold to. And what you don't want to do, you don't want to force those roots to grab onto it. And trust me, they'll find it. Find it on their own. They'll find it on their own. Down here, I have another rubber plant tree. I have a purple waffle plant. That's another one that's supposed to go into a terrarium, but I decided I'm gonna leave it out here. And that one leaf look like it's got a face on it for real though. Purple waffle plant. Now we're gonna go up here. I didn't have room for these 3 begonias at my other table. Well, actually 4. So I left them over here. But this is this is a begonia polka dot begonia maculata. That might not be right, but it's a polka dot begonia, and you can tell that it's a king begonia, and that leaf is taying in the wind, but she yet holding on. She is yet holding on. You hang on in there, girl. Hang on in there. Don't let them tear you away. So back here is a angel wing begonia, another angel wing begonia. Oh, I just found this Morocco. That's what that is. That's that begonia Morocco. We have the same plant that we had over across the room, the same begonia over here, and that's how crazy my brain is. I don't forget what it was. Okay, so we have an African. This is an alocasia African mask right here, and this is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love the texture of it. I love the look. I hadn't even cleaned it, and it just shines all the time. All the time. All the time. And so we're going to move down to this one. And this is my begonia pink. I mean, not begonia, but a philodendron pink princess. And they call it a pink princess because of all the pink that she has in the middle here. It looks more like burgundy to me. And this leaf here, it caught my eye because this leaf is brown. Look at that, almost the same color as me. But that caught my eye, so I decided to get it. It's been growing probably for 7 or 8 months now, and it's growing pretty good. And so what we got down here, I've got the tag on this one, so this might make it easier. Let's see. This is a philodendron subahashitunum. I don't know. There you go, philodendron. Well, all philodendrons, you know, they grow big. Another jade plant over here that's growing. So I'm gonna actually cut this right here, and see all this got all this on here. I can a whole nother tree. So I'm gonna cut it about right there because I want it to grow tall and not out. So I'm gonna cut it about right here, and I probably cut this one off too, so the tree can go up and not out. Down here, I have let me sit down for a minute. A limelight, a Dracaena limelight. It looks like a corn plant, but it's a Dracaena limelight. That's what that is. And so we got another variegated pythos down here, and this one is called the angel wing plant, and it's rare, very rare. and Xanthone, though Xanthosoma ladini, and it's an angel wing. Looks more like a mask to me, but it says angel wing, so I'm gonna go for it. But it was real tiny when I got it. I think it had that 1, 2 leaves on it, and it has grown very, very well. And there's another pothos down there. Over here in this corner, I have another white bird of paradise. It's gonna grow a white uh, flower once it gets tall enough. But right now, it's not tall, but it will be getting very, very tall. And let's see what we got over here. I have a dragon tree over here, and then I have another one of these. That's the same one on that other uh, end table, and my two beauties back there. Updated pictures, y'all. Updated pictures. My two beauties back there, and then I have this uh, plant. So now we're gonna move on to the kitchen and the grow room. Okay, I have two established plants. I have this golden pothos that Tamika Love gave me on my birthday, and I just love it. She is so beautiful, and I'm excited to see how big she's gonna get. But that's just beautiful. Thank you, Tamika. And I have another golden pothos hanging from the window in front of the window. And these are the plants that some of the plants that I'm propagating right now. So we have some baby monsteras, we have some peace lilies, we have some ZZ plants. And see, they tell you not to, you can't propagate these, but look at that. I want you to see something. Look at that. What? Tell me what I can't do when I have something in my own house, please. So I have some lucky bamboos over here. I have some syngoniums, heart-shaped philodendrons, some of them shimmery pothos, and a couple other things. I have some begonias over here. So let's move on to the grow room. Let's move on to the grow room. Okay, guys, I promise you I'm almost done. I'm almost done. This is the last room. This is my office. This is my craft room, my sewing room, my library, my thinking room, my creating room, my room that I do list my clothes in that I sell online. So yeah, this is a multi-purpose room here, but it's also my propagation room. And so we're gonna start over here. This is already fullish, established golden pothos here. I'm telling you, I got tons of those things because they grow so good. And I got a prayer plant that I am growing in uh, leca and perlite. Yeah, as that I have some blessed bamboos over here that I love. They're growing. I mean, when I got these, they were just like here, and they had no blooms at the top of them. But look at them. When your plants hibernate over the winter, and then spring hits, they thrive. Now in the wintertime they survive, but in the springtime they thrive, and they're gonna show you what they got in the springtime. This is another Swiss cheese plant that I'm growing in um, leca and perlite. Another peace plant over here that I have in water. They always grow good in water. Always grow good in water. Now we're going to move on over here to my plants that I'm establishing. These here, they're about ready. I think they all have roots on them, and they're ready to be potted and to be given away. Those are Swiss cheese plants up there. And down here, I have some different plants. I have some friendship plants. I have some of those wandering Jews down here. I have a few of those. And I have this begonia here that I'm propagating. And I think that's another golden pothos. Here's an angel wing begonia that I'm growing a little bit in here to make sure it's going to thrive. This one goes outside. It's a trailing plant, but when I was transferring my big one outside the other day, all these broke off. So I put them in water so they can get um, get some roots, and so I can plant them. And down here, I bought some sunflowers and some hostas from Timu. Now, I got them in here under these grow lights to see if they're gonna do anything, but I don't. I'm not too hopeful about those. They were only like $2 a pack, and so, um, bringing stuff over here from China and all these kind of places, you got to be careful what you buy online. And so I got these in here. I got them separated from my other plants so they won't spread no crazy germs, things like that. I'm propagating some more begonias here. And like I told you, you leave these, you lay it down in the water, and then some new ones will pop up in the middle of those. And that's what's in this one too. And so over here, I got some plants that are I don't know. I don't know. They just tying in the wind because I don't know what's in them. Because I know this is it's that angel wing plant that fell off. But these right here, I don't know. I think this might be a corn plant. I'm not sure, but I'm just waiting on to see what's going on. I don't listen, honey. She yet holding on. I'll let y'all know when the services are for her. Okay. And so down here, I got some J's that have established, and I'm ready to put those in something. Yep. And these are some more plants that go outside. I'm just trying to see what they're gonna do. This is a piece of the dog tail cactus that fell off, and I got to let the end of it dry out before I put it in dirt. I got to let the end of it dry out before I put it in dirt. And here are some holiday cactus that I'm propagating. Some more jade plants. Jade leaves. Some more pothos that I'm experimenting with. I just put them in water and laid the little stem. They didn't have anything on them. It was just a stem. So I decided to lay them in water and see. And they actually produce leaves and roots. And that's amazing to me. In these two things, I had some dates that I had eaten, and I decided to keep the seed and put it in paper towel. And look at that root. And so when it get a little bit more established, I'm gonna put those in some dirt and see how they work out. So up here, some of these are establishing pretty well. That's another shimmering pothos. There's a begonia. That's a monstera. That's a snake plant. And these are some of the ones that I already have. That's a peace lily right there. A baby, that's a Swiss cheese plant. That's a cactus. I can't see the top of those, but yeah, there's an aloe vera there, and there's another lipstick plant that's growing right there. And so that's it. That's it. That is my collection. Y'all, I thank y'all so much for hanging in there with me. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my house plant tour. Like I was saying, I do have more plants than what you actually seen today. I have plants in the bathroom. I have them in both bedrooms. I have them, and I haven't put any downstairs in the bedroom downstairs and the other spaces downstairs because the windows are in some kind of wonky places, and so they don't get a whole lot of sunlight. Um, but I do have plants in other places. But like I said, I feel like that some parts of people's lives need to stay private. So I'm not going to go in the bedroom and show you that I have plants because obviously I have plants everywhere. So But I do want to thank you for watching. I tried to make it short, at, at least between an hour and a half, and I think we've already missed that hour point. But thank you for watching. If you see some plants that you might like that are not part of my rare collection, I'll be glad to, you know, give you some pieces of the plants. I have tons, like I said, I have tons of pothos that I can give away if you're a new plant person and you want to get started with some plants that are easy to take care of. Um, you can't go wrong with that. And a few other ones that I have. So just let me know if you like to get started. And yeah, thank you for watching. And remember to be kind. You never know what people are going through. You never know what people are going through. You know, I had to come in here and sit down because since my accident, I can't stand as long as I used to could stand. So I have to take breaks often. I have to sit down because my back is not the back that it was before February the 13th. It's a little bit different now. So we just have to be grateful for what we can do and pass that gratefulness on to other people by being kind, by sharing a smile, by just sharing a kind word, you know, just sharing the word period. And so, yeah, so just remember to be kind in your comings and your goings. And so, yeah, thank you for your support of Gaston Freedom School and Big Sister Team Building. I appreciate all of you for just hanging in there with us. We've had a wonderful 2025, and we're going to have a even more wonderful 2026. So uh, we'll see you around. Be blessed and be kind.